Hi everyone. Welcome back to my daily English listening practice series. Today is lesson number 6. And in this session, we're going to talk about something that most of us do pretty often, online shopping. Whether you're a beginner, someone returning to English after a long break, or just a busy working person trying to improve your listening skills, this topic will be both practical and familiar. So, let's imagine that I just one person, one male voice, am sharing my experience step by step, from asking about a product to placing an order, all the way to making a simple complaint when something goes wrong. Let me start by saying that I actually do a lot of online shopping. I'm not the kind of person who likes going to crowded malls, waiting in long lines, or spending hours walking around looking for something. Instead, I prefer using my phone or my laptop. I just open an app, search for what I want, read some reviews, check the price, and then, if everything looks good, I buy it. It usually takes no more than 5 minutes. But even though it sounds simple, there are times when I need to ask the seller some questions first. For example, last week I was looking for a new pair of wireless earphones. The ones I had before stopped working after I accidentally dropped them into a cup of coffee. Yes, I know, that sounds ridiculous, but it happened. So anyway, I searched online for wireless earphones, and suddenly I had hundreds of options. Different brands, different prices, different features, noise cancelling, water resistance, battery life, charging time, and so on. The problem was, the pair I liked didn't have enough information in the description. I wanted to know 2 basic things. First, whether they were really water resistant, and second, whether the seller offered any kind of warranty. So I decided to send the seller a message. When I write to a seller online, I usually try to be polite and clear. Something like this. Hi, I'm interested in the wireless earphones in your store. Could you please tell me if they are water resistant? Also, do they come with a warranty? Thank you. Very simple, very straightforward. After about 10 minutes, the seller replied, "Hello, yes, the earphones are water resistant, and they come with a 1-year warranty. Let me know if you have any other questions." That was exactly the information I needed. When buying online, I always recommend asking questions like these if you're unsure about anything. Even if the product description seems clear, it's still a good idea to double check. Sometimes sellers copy-paste descriptions, and sometimes the details are out of date. Asking questions helps you avoid problems later. After getting the answers, I decided to place the order. Placing an order is usually very simple, but I always take a few seconds to review everything before I click Buy Now. I check the price, the shipping fee, the delivery date, the product's color, and the quantity. It sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people accidentally order the wrong color or buy 2 items instead of 1. It happens more often than you think. I also look at the return policy. Some sellers allow free returns within 7 days. Some allow returns only if the product is damaged, and some don't allow returns at all. Knowing this ahead of time makes me more confident when I buy something. So after I placed the order, I got a confirmation message that said, "Thank you for your purchase. Your order will be shipped within 2 days." Everything seemed fine. I waited, and after 3 days, I received a notification saying my package had been delivered. But when I checked my mailbox, there was nothing there. No package, no earphones, just empty space. At that moment, I felt a little confused. Sometimes delivery drivers mark a package as delivered, even when it hasn't actually been delivered. Maybe they leave it somewhere else. Maybe they deliver it later in the day. Or maybe they make a mistake. So I waited until the end of the day. But the package still didn't arrive. That was when I decided to contact the seller again. When something goes wrong, I try to stay calm and polite. So I wrote, "Hello, I just received a notification saying that my package has been delivered. But I haven't received anything yet. Could you please check with the shipping company? Thank you." The seller replied quickly, "Hi, I'm sorry to hear that. Let me contact the shipping provider and check what happened. I'll update you soon." About 30 minutes later, the seller came back with more information. The delivery driver made a mistake. The package was delivered to the wrong address. We've already contacted them, and they will bring it to you later today. And finally, around 6 p.m., The delivery driver showed up at my door with the package. I opened it immediately to check everything. The earphones were inside, the color was correct, and the box looked new. So in the end, everything turned out fine. But if I hadn't contacted the seller, I might have waited for days without knowing what happened. And that brings me to an important part of online shopping: making simple complaints. When you have a problem with an order, you should describe the situation clearly. Don't just say, "I didn't get my package." Instead, be specific. Mention the time, the notification you received, and what exactly is wrong. For example, "I received a delivery notification at 10 a.m. today, but the package was not in my mailbox or at my door. Could you please help me check the status?" This kind of message helps the seller understand the situation quickly. Most sellers want to solve problems fast because they care about their ratings and reviews. If you're polite, it's easier for them to help you. But sometimes, the problem is not delivery. Sometimes the product itself has an issue. For example, maybe the item is broken, the size is wrong, the color is wrong, or the product looks completely different from the photos online. In these cases, I usually take photos or record a short video, then send it to the seller with a message like, "Hello, I just received the product today, but it seems to be damaged. Here are some photos. Could you please advise me on how to return or replace the item?" Most sellers will either refund you or send a new item. But again, the key is clear communication. Now, let me give you another example from my own shopping experience. A few months ago, I ordered a new backpack because I needed something light but strong enough to carry my laptop. The photos looked great, and the reviews were mostly positive. When the backpack arrived, the material felt good, the color was correct, but there was one little problem: the zipper didn't work smoothly. It kept getting stuck. At first, I thought maybe it just needed a little time to loosen up. But after 2 days, the problem didn't go away. So I contacted the seller again. I wrote, "Hi, I received the backpack yesterday, but the zipper seems to be stuck and doesn't open smoothly. Could you please help me with a replacement?" The seller responded, "Hello, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Could you please send us a short video showing the issue? After we confirm it, we'll arrange a replacement." I sent the video, and 2 hours later, they approved the request. They told me they would send a new backpack without asking me to return the old one. That was nice. Not all sellers do this, but some do, especially if the item is not very expensive. Through these experiences, I've learned some useful principles for online shopping. First, always ask questions if you're unsure about something. Second, always check the details before you place an order. Third, if something goes wrong, describe the problem clearly and politely. And fourth, try to keep all your messages simple. You don't need complicated sentences. Just clear communication is enough. Before we finish, I want to share some simple and helpful English phrases that you can use when shopping online. "Hi, I have a question about this product. Could you tell me if this item is available in another color? Is this product water resistant? Does it come with a warranty? I would like to place an order. Could you confirm the delivery date? I haven't received my package yet. The product arrived damaged. Could I request a replacement? Thank you for your help." These phrases may look simple, but they are extremely practical. You can use them on any shopping website, in any message box, and with any seller. Online shopping is supposed to be convenient, and with the right English expressions, your experience will be much smoother and more successful. Thank you for listening to today's session. This has been lesson number 2 in the series of 100 daily listening practice lessons. In the next lesson, we'll explore another real-life topic that you can use in everyday situations. Until then, keep practicing, and have a great day.